Arce.
Yo 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 yo.
Jess Hilarious will be here in a second. Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Thursday. Good morning. How y'all feel out there? I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Happy to be here. Another day to serve our beautiful listeners. What is going on, man?
Absolutely. Good morning. I want to salute to everybody out there. You know, I have a book coming out next Tuesday, Real Life, Real Family, with me and my wife, Gia. And we've been doing press, and the amount of love and the amount of support that we've been seeing is just amazing. We hit the road next week, but we've been doing a bunch of podcasts. We've been doing a bunch of virtual interviews, and people have been reading the book, and they've been loving it. It's just all about how we raise our kids and what we do and how we do it. And, you know, we got 6 of them. So.
Are you going to tell them about life after making your wife orgasm? Because in the first book, you spoke about how you didn't make her orgasm for 10 years. So now, because I know when you do these press runs, people are going to ask you about that thing in the first book. So are they going to ask you how things happened after that?
Sir, I was with my wife since 16, so that was a long time ago. But yes, if somebody asks, I will answer.
That is a question that y'all should ask on the press run. Say, what happened after you started making her orgasm? I mean, you just told that story, but you didn't give us the happy ending. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Also, too, man, just happy to be here. Ja Rule's going to be joining us today.
Yes, Ja Rule's going to be joining us. He has a new whiskey. It's called Amber and Opal. We're going to be talking about his new whiskey. You can get it at Total Wine and everything that he's been up to. And
yeah, Ja just got a real storied history, man. And, you know, everything about Ja has aged very well.
Yes.
The music has aged very
right.
well. He's aged very well. It's a lot to talk to Ja Rule about.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, the passing of Irv and what Irv meant to this industry. So we're going to talk to Ja about a lot. And also, you know what? Salute to Kerry Hilson. I seen Kerry Hilson's interview that we did yesterday everywhere.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it was everywhere. Just her talking about her story, and I'm sure Loren will break down the aftermath of that interview. But she hit me yesterday, and she just Kerry Hilson.
Okay.
And I just wanted to share. Did
she tell you that you can share this? You just sharing stuff, being a little bird. You know what I'm saying? You grab you see like you like a little TikTok thot. You grab your phone ready to read a message. Why do people do that? Stop screenshotting messages people sent you. Stop reading messages people sent you unless you ask for permission. If you said, "Hey, would you mind if I share this on the air with people?"
You're right.
Jesus Christ, man!
You're
You're 47 years old acting like this.
It wasn't no gossip. She was just saying.
Just ready to tell.
She was just saying.
Kerry
thank you.
hit me.
No, she was just.
You ain't been doing this
I thought
forever.
It was beautiful. She was just saying She was just saying thank you. She was like,
"That's all you got to say."
She was just saying thank you.
God damn.
And she said, extend my sentiments to Charlamagne as well.
Salute, Carrie. You know, Carrie's on the original Donkey of the Day intro. She's the one that says Charlamagne the devil. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's Carrie Hilson.
Wow.
That is Carrie Hilson.
Okay.
I think that's the very first Donkey of the Day intro. Maybe the second one. I don't remember. But
Really?
She's the one that says Charlamagne the devil.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's get the show crack. We got front page news. Seems like some of the tariffs have been paused. I'm sure Morgan will break it all down, but not on China.
Does that mean they're gay?
Oh, my goodness. I don't even know why. All right. Well, let's get the show cracking, man. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club.
Good morning. What's happening?
Let's get in some front page news. Now, last night was the return for Luka to Dallas. Of course, the Lakers played Dallas last night. The Lakers won. And when I said Luka went off, he went crazy in the first half. I think he scored like 30-something points. He was busting their ass last night.
And Dallas showed him a lot of love. You'd think Luka won like 2 or 3 championships with Dallas.
Absolutely.
But, you know, it did make me... I guess not for the first time, because I said it when it first happened, but I literally was like, why the hell would they trade Luka?
And I think Dallas thought the same thing last night.
It makes no sense. Like, why did y'all trade Luka Doncic again?
That didn't make any sense.
It didn't make no sense whatsoever. It's just one of those things that you can always scratch your head about, but whatever.
All right. Well, good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, everybody. How y'all feeling? Happy
Blessed, black, and highly favored.
Good.
All right, I love to hear it. Now, we're starting off briefly with some devastating news. We're watching a developing story out of the Dominican Republic where a roof of a popular nightclub collapsed, leaving at least 124 dead. But before I get into that, I do have an update on tariffs. So yesterday, President Trump announced a 90-day pause on some tariffs, while others will remain like China. So Trump said his 90-day pause on tariffs was not a part of planned negotiations with foreign countries. Speaking from the Oval Office, Trump said it's not a negotiation until it is. Let's take a listen to those comments from President Trump.
A lot of times it's not a negotiation until it is. And that happens. And, I said outside that you have to have flexibility to do it right, and that's what we have. We brought everybody to the table, and it may not be a negotiation. It may not last. I mean, things may be asked that I think are not fair to us. Look, we've been ripped off by essentially everybody for 35 years.
So, of course, he added that the U.S. has to stay flexible during this period, and the pause excludes China. But Trump said China does want to make a deal, and he's open to talking with President Xi. The president also expressed confidence that a trade deal will be made with every country. He said something like 75 countries have come to the table to negotiate. But I'm also feeling like most of this is happening as a result of our market, not so much the global market.
Oh, absolutely. I know it sounds good to say he paused it for everybody who didn't retaliate, but let's be clear. Trump knows he's messing up the money. You can't run on the economy and point the finger at the Biden administration and say they have made your life harder and then get in office and make everyone's life harder, which is exactly what he's done. And when that stock market tanked the way that it tanked, he knew that he had to pause those tariffs for 90 days. And he's only keeping China in place because he knows that's primarily going to hurt people who don't really have money like that.
Yeah, so meanwhile on Capitol Hill, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer held a press conference yesterday, which I was at, and I will say the presser was already scheduled, right? But it was a little bit delayed because it was almost like, okay, Trump made that announcement, and then it was like, okay, let's regather our thoughts. So they still held the press conference. But so only moments after Trump made his announcement pausing tariffs, Senator Chuck Schumer held a press conference on Capitol Hill yesterday. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
This is chaos. This is government by chaos. He keeps changing things from day to day. His advisors are fighting among themselves, calling each other names. And you cannot run a country with such chaos.
So
okay,
Chuck
Captain
Schumer,
Obvious. And he said, all right. That's all you got, Chuck?
No, but listen, Schumer was also joined by New York Senator Kristen Gillibrand, who also spoke more on the impact, and also Andy Kim of New Jersey, who talked about how the impact already so far will have on small businesses. Let's hear from New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand.
Because of this chaos, this incompetence, and this carelessness, he has wiped out trillions of dollars from the U.S. economy. The amount of loss of wealth alone from middle-class families, from working families, from our small businesses is incalculable. The S&P 500 has continued to drop. It goes up, it goes down further, it goes down again. Again, chaos, incompetence, and carelessness. That is the hallmark of the Trump presidency.
What do you guys think?
I mean, they're right, but we knew that already.
Absolutely right.
All right, yeah. So, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up. But that is your front page news for 6 a.m. So we will continue to see what happens as a result of the pause now on the tariffs. Hawaii Senator Mazie Hirano was also at that press conference, and she also gave remarks as well. But we will continue to see what happens as a result of the pause now on tariffs. At 7 a.m., I will give you an update on what's going on in the Dominican Republic with that roof collapse at that nightclub. Devastating news there.
Yeah, you said 120. It's 184 as of this morning of people that passed away from that roof collapse. So again, salute to all my Dominicans out there. Salute and rest in peace. My Dominicans.
You said my. I want everybody. I want the record to show. Rest in peace to all of those individuals.
Mm-hmm.
But NB said my. I'm just letting everybody know. I'm glad that he's representing his people.
I am black, but I want to salute to all my Dominicans out there.
Key word.
Shut up.
They're all our people.
There you go. Thank you, Morgan. Yeah. Okay. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. Hit us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Wake up, wake up. Wake your ass.
This is your time to get it off your chest. Whether you're mad or blessed, we want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, Envy, I got my Bluetooth headset on. Tell me to take it off.
Now, you clear. You sound clear. The only time I tell people to take it off, pause, is if it's not clear.
Oh, pause, man. too
I
early.
said pause, man.
What that got to do with a pause?
Because I said take it off.
Take his headset off?
Never mind. Morning, Tarek. What up? Get it off your chest, brother.
Oh, shoot. Okay. I'm happy. Off the rip, you said my name correctly. Charlamagne, pronounce my name.
What's your name?
No, say it. Envy
First
just
of all,
said.
now that's a pause. Telling another man to say my name? Say my name. Say my name. Say my name, Charlamagne.
Jess is running a little late. She'll be here in a second.
Hurry up.
Lauren
Okay.
running a little late, too.
All right, so let me get it off my chest. My name's Tarek. I'm from Kansas City, Kansas. Gotta emphasize that. No shade to the Missouri side. All love to the Missouri side. We one big family, so y'all, like, chill. Everybody chill. But headlights is way too bright these days. And I got a astigmatism, so it really be messing me up. And so I can only imagine what y'all going through in New York. Like, what do it be like? Do people constantly have their high beams on? Like, what? Y'all cool?
Nah, I think it's, a lot of people, they change the light bulbs in their cars and they put these new super LED lights on in the cars. I don't know if you noticed, the lights are a lot brighter and a lot whiter. So I know a lot of people do that. And I'm with you, yeah. Them headlights be a little too bright.
For sure. Yeah, I just wanted to get that off. I got a lot more. I ain't talked to y'all in a minute, man. Like,
So we appreciate you, brother.
one last thing. I ran into this girl at Walmart yesterday. And I'll just leave it at that. Like, a real life human connection.
You got to tell us more. Is he somebody that you going to go see again? Y'all going on a date? You got a number? What happened?
Okay, people, this is what happened. Oh, yeah, I got the number.
Oh, boy.
And that's what, like, so the YNs, they got this term. They call it fine shit. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have cut.
Yep.
But, like, she was fine, and she was looking at me like I was a piece of meat.
Oh, boy.
And
okay, we get it. First of all, here's the thing. I don't like when
peep it.
I just want to tell you something. Y'all like to say these YNs be having these terms. All they did was drop words. When we was younger, we used to say, man, she fine as ish. All they did was drop the ass. But you act like that's some new term. They just lazy. They don't want to say more than 2 words.
Tarek, we got to go, man. We'll speak to you next month. Tarek is like one of them family members that when they get you on the phone, they just got to tell you everything that happened in the last.
Yeah, telling us about this girl he ain't even going to know in 2 weeks.
Jesus Christ. Hello, who's this? Hello. Hey, what's up? What's your name, bro?
Yo, my name's Ed.
Ed, get it off your
Man,
chest.
where the
Ed.
ladies at, man?
Yo, listen, man, I want to get off my chest on Charlamagne, man. Yo, Charlamagne. Yo, right now is not the time to be joking about Dominicans or anything being Dominican. Yo, right now, those people are going through something.
Absolutely. Rest in peace to them. But I'm happy that Envy's acknowledging. I'm happy that Envy's acknowledging.
No. Yeah, but you gotta understand, man. Right now, it's not time to joke. Like, let's say if it was a club
That's
with
not a
African
joke.
American, you wouldn't be joking.
That was not a joke. Envy said, my Dominicans.
Come on, Charlotte.
And I said, Envy, I'm glad you acknowledging your people. How is that a joke?
Dude, man, because right now it's not the time to even joke or something like that.
Who is joking?
All right, Charlie, you always know how to swindle your way out of stuff, man. I give it to you.
I'm that is not weaseling my way out of nothing. I'm not joking. Envy said, what did you say? My Dominicans. I want to shout out to all my Dominicans.
Salute to all my Dominicans.
Absolutely. And I said, yo, that's great that you acknowledging your people.
I am not Dominican, but salute to all my Dominicans.
And rest in
there.
peace to everybody who lost their life in that nightclub.
Yeah, I got family, condolences. I love what you guys are doing as a community, standing together, doing the visuals. We'll talk more about it in Front Page News. But get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
I'm dialing. Hey, what you doing, man? I'm dialing. I'm calling you.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hey, Taisha.
Hey, how are you?
We seen you on hold for 2 damn hours. I just happened to look at the phone.
Why?
And I'm like, what the hell? What's going on, Taisha? What's up? Why you on hold, mama?
Oh, my goodness. Well, first of all, I'm at the group home with my girls, so I wasn't really, I was on hold, but I still was doing my job, too.
Salute to everybody at the group home. What group home you calling from?
I'm not going to say, but
Okay.
we in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Okay.
No, we're in Rayford, North Carolina.
Well, this was
Yeah,
get it off your
I'm
chest.
from Jersey.
Okay.
So I would like to get this off my chest today. I just want to say that better days are coming. Today will be the 5th year that my husband has been gone. So my grandfather died on the 4th, and my husband died on the 9th. They both died from COVID 5 years ago.
Oh, man.
So,
sorry to hear that.
So, yeah, I'm just praying for better days. And just for those who do have grandparents and parents and husbands, just love them to the best of y'all ability, because life is definitely short. I know before we used to say life is short, but then after COVID, life is really, really shorter than what we expected to be.
Yeah.
Man, I love your attitude on
it.
life. I love your attitude. You calling from a group home.
Yeah,
you dealt with all of that loss, but you still are telling people and encouraging yourself that, there's going to be a better tomorrow.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I want to give a big shout out to my mom, she's in Jersey City right now. She's battling with breast cancer. So that's my last parent living. And I do go back and forth because, I got to maintain my house and stuff here, but my mom comes before any of that. But she knows the situation, and just to go back and forth and having her deal with what she's dealing with is hard, because medical center ain't worth nothing. So that was they could get the donkey of the month. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I just want to shout out Cheryl Williams and just tell you, Mom, I love you, and I know that you're going through something right now, but we all just praying for better days to come.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Taisha. Hello, who's this?
What's going on? It's Too Daddy.
What's up, brother? Get it off your chest.
Okay, so I want to get off my chest to Charlamagne's point. We always talk about the things that that we already know as a country when it comes to the Trump administration. But the one thing that they don't do is just kind of talk about it. And what I want to talk about is basically, I know Morgan Wood said that she was there during their presser when it regards to tariffs, and then all of a sudden Trump said, hey, you know what, we're just going to call off the tariffs. Wouldn't that be considered insider trading if you think about it?
Absolutely. People, I saw people pointing that out when he tweeted that, because he right before he paused the tariffs, he said now is the time to buy.
Yeah, well, you know what? They said they're doing an investigation on that.
Man, shut up.
Tweet. I swear on everything.
No, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying it don't matter.
Oh, yeah, true.
Like why? Listen, here's the thing. What did you just say, brother? You said it was what, illegal?
His phone is gone. Yeah.
Do y'all forget, and I want y'all to remember this, the Supreme Court granted him presidential immunity.
Right.
He can get away with any crime he wants to as long as he says it's an official act. And guess who gets to say whether it's an official act or not? The Supreme Court. His Supreme Court. This fight is fixed. Y'all can be mad all y'all want. Y'all can be angry all y'all want. Y'all can yell and scream and say he needs to be investigated. He's got presidential immunity, guys.
Jesus. Hello, who's this?
Good morning. So I'm calling because I want to know how come y'all can't be on Tubi with the whole show.
Because it's just clips. It's Tubi.
Because there's music that plays during the show, commercials that play during the show, so we can't do the full show.
And it's best of moments, but you know what you can do? You can always go watch on YouTube, and you can always download the Breakfast Club podcast, available on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network, but everywhere you listen to podcasts, and you can listen to the full show there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Thanks for calling me.
Everybody out there that can hear my voice, go download the Breakfast Club podcast, subscribe to the Breakfast Club podcast.
Okay, thank you. Good to know.
Or go to our YouTube page.
Get it off your chest.
You know what I want to tell people since we're talking about it? The third annual Black Effect Podcast Festival is happening Saturday, April 26th in Atlanta, Georgia at Pullman Yard. So, we got some great people that's going to be on that podcast stage. Tank and Jay Valentine with their R&B Money podcast. Carrie Champion with her Naked podcast. Good Moms, Bad Choices. And Sarah Jakes Roberts will be there doing her Woman Evolve podcast live. So go get your tickets right now, blackeffect.com/podcast festival. That's blackeffect.com/podcast festival to get your tickets.
All right. Now, when we come back, we got the latest with Loren. Hopefully she's here in time. Both her and Jess are a little late this morning, so hopefully they'll get here in time. If not, it'll be Charlotte and Envy again. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Bye.
Lauren's not here. Jess not here.
No.
So do the rumors.
What are we doing? It's not the Jess with the mess. It's not the latest with Loren. It's just
do something. Talk.
Yeah, just hit the intro.
Lauren becoming a straight fan.
Should I wear the wig?
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
Should I wear the wig?
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Lauren LaRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
What was the latest?
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
Now, Envy, you picked all of these rumors.
No, not really.
Yeah, who helped you? The producers?
No, Lauren helped me a little bit.
She said, oh, there go Jess. What's up, Jess?
All right, Jess.
How are you?
Yeah, you want to do the...
No, she just walked in. She out of breath. She didn't even take her coat off. Okay.
Just sit down. All right. Well, let's start off with Wendy Williams. All right. Now, Wendy Williams had a dinner planned with her niece, Alex, and her new attorney, Joe Tacopina. You know Joe Tacopina. He's been up here. He actually represented ASAP Rocky. But it seems like her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, blocked it from happening. Now, this is ironic because a few weeks ago, Sabrina insisted that Wendy was not being kept from seeing her family and going out to dinner, but it seems like it was blocked immediately. So we'll get more information.
What was the reason? Did they give a reason?
Nah, there's no clear reason for why Sabrina denied Wendy the right to have dinner with Alex and Joe.
Who's your source?
My source is Loren LaRosa. Now, also, sources also claim that if the guardianship doesn't end soon, Wendy will demand a jury trial with Joe Tacopina as her lawyer.
I thought she was already doing that. Jess, take your coat off. Act like you work here.
I am acting like I'm working.
She tired, man.
Take your coat off.
Yo, she tired.
Damn.
She tired.
I mean, this bitch look like Easy E.
You do?
No time.
Why you got the short Jerry curl this morning?
Because my hair's short and it just happened to be Jerry curly. I don't care. I had to put a hat on, yo.
Now, also, Loren wanted me to remind you guys on her podcast this week, she broke a Wendy update that she's not running from that cognitive capacity test. She just wants an independent evaluation, not a court-appointed one.
Yeah.
So it's fair. So
she don't trust nobody.
She don't trust nobody.
Yeah.
Give me something sassy, man. Ain't got nothing sassy over there?
Barbie announces LeBron James becomes the first athlete with a Ken doll. Now, Barbie is collaborating with LeBron James Family Foundation to release the first Ken doll. The doll will feature LeBron in a custom Letterman jacket, crossbody bag, shades, Beats headphones, and a gold watch. The doll also will reflect his height. It'll be an inch taller than the standard Ken doll, and the dolls will be $75.
Question, why is it... Go ahead.
All them grown-ass men gonna be standing outside trying to get these dolls. I know that's right.
Yeah, they hoping that it's anatomically correct, too. But listen, question, why does it still get called a Ken doll? That's
I guess because that was the first, I know, but the Ken doll was the first male Barbie that was made.
So in that world, Ken means male, Barbie
and then
means
Barbie
female.
is the female.
Got you.
So, yeah.
That's
it.
So that's going to be...
Yeah, Jess.
Yeah.
What else?
That's it. That's it.
That's going to be $75. Now,
it's $75 now. One of the things that the tariffs from China is impacting is absolutely positively toys. So it's $75 now. It might be more than that at this point.
Yeah, and they said there's a very limited edition where the hat actually comes off. Yeah, so you know.
Does the hairline come off with it?
That's very messed up.
I don't
actually,
know. I'm just joking. There's no limited.
Yo, you're a clown and you're a clown. That's crazy.
There's no limited edition. Now, also, Young Buck was arrested yesterday.
He needed a hat.
My God.
Buck needed a hat. God damn.
I'm showing them his mugshot.
God dang.
Yeah, 50 actually posted it. That's why I seen it. Now, Young Buck was booked into jail on Monday afternoon in Sumner County for 30 days. Now, the district attorney said that Young Buck was supposed to meet twice a month with his supervisor while on bond supervision with a GPS monitoring for 2 cases, a drug case and a domestic violence case. He didn't meet with him, and he was picked up for that.
Why 50 post this?
Because, 50 stay on his enemy's neck.
Okay.
When 50 got beef with you, it's up forever.
Listen, this is new to me. 50 got beef with Young Buck too?
Well,
yeah.
No idea.
This is from long ago. Well, 50 actually posted, damn, how that nigga head get like that?
Damn, man. Damn.
Said police must have hit him in the head. LOL.
He always wore a hat. I never knew his head was bald. I never knew his head was like this either.
Yeah, it do look a little altered though.
Yeah.
You sure 50 ain't altered that pic a little bit, man?
Nah,
that's the mugshot.
Yeah.
But we used to seeing Buck with braids or with a hat on.
Yeah.
That is I'm telling you, that's a lot of men's fear, man. Like when you got a hairline like mine and you don't got a fresh bald. You see, I don't have that. I got a nice head. Pause.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't have a big dome like that. But that is every man's fear, having to take their hat off somewhere.
Damn.
And they got a skull like that.
Especially going through TSA, they always make you do it. If they even feel like, you know what, just go ahead, because I was ready to get into it too. Like if I was to go fly out right now, they'd be like, can you take your head off? It's like sometimes they won't even tell you, and I'll be like, no, y'all can go check me in the back if y'all need to. I'm not taking my head off. They be wanting to do that to humiliate people.
Take a picture.
Yeah.
I seen a guy begging for his life one day at the TSA. Please don't make me take my hat off. Please don't make me take my hat off.
Black dude, white dude.
Yes, it was.
Jesus.
And you waited to see him take his hat off.
I was right there. I was behind him. I had no choice.
How he look when he took his hat off?
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Damn it, man. And lastly, Sada Baby, Sada Baby from Detroit. What up, Joe? He was arrested on Tuesday. Now, this is because he was pulled over back in January for allegedly driving with tinted windows They said that they found some kind of substance in his car. They checked it. And when it came back, allegedly it came back as a controlled substance. So he was arrested for that. And here's his mugshot.
And I do it again.
I do it again.
I had fun.
That's what it looked like. He looked like I had fun. And that is the
I didn't know they
latest.
let you take those. I thought you had to like do it over.
Like be serious?
Yeah.
Oh, what? And the mugshot?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody ever tell me. Well,
how many mugshots you took?
I only got 3. I literally
only got 3.
No, I know people that got like a Google page worth of mugshots, but I used to play on mine too. They ain't never make me retake them.
All right. Well, that is the latest with Loren. Loren is running late. Jess just got here.
Yo, and that's crazy.
Did you watch Magazine Dreams last night?
Yo, I went to sleep on it. Yo, I'm 40 minutes into it. It is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I started watching Magazine Dreams. And it is good. It's all right. But
was he not acting his ass off?
Yeah, he is. I never ever doubted that. He always act his ass off.
He just compared him to Denzel.
I did not compare him to Denzel.
I still would not do that. Even only watching
that.
40 minutes of it. But it's definitely a complex movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
I said Denzel. I've never seen Denzel play a role like that. That's what I said.
Okay. All right. Well, that is the latest with Loren. When we come back, we got front page news. And then Ja Rule will be joining us. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get back in some front page news. If you missed it earlier, we were talking about Lugo. He made his return in Dallas. Of course, he's a Laker now, and he dropped 45 points. I mean, he was busting ass. They were busting ass last night. I think the first half he had like 38.
They might fire Nico today. I'm saying, when you look at the reception Luka got, and you look at how those people love him, and you think to yourself how young Luka is, there was absolutely no reason to trade Luka Doncic.
Not at all.
I don't care how much hookah and liquor he like.
Yeah,
I don't care if he got horse. None of that matters. That man can ball.
Because he was overweight. They said there's rumors because of his contract, but obviously it's worth it. The Lakers beat the Mavs 112-97.
And they gave him the type of standing ovation and reception that you would think he won 3 or 4 championships in Dallas, man. Yeah. They love him. He was crying.
Yep.
Damn.
And then came out and dropped 38 first half. But what's up, Morgan?
Listen, Envy, I love the energy, but unfortunately we are dealing with some devastating news out of the Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo to be exact. The death toll continues to climb after a roof collapse at a nightclub, Jet Set nightclub in Dominican Republic. The early Tuesday tragedy claimed the lives of 184 people with more injured. Among the dead are 2 former MLB players, Octavio Dotel, who played with 13 teams over 15 seasons after getting his start with the New York Mets in 1999. The 51-year-old was pulled alive from the rubble but passed away from his injuries. Also lost in the collapse is Tony Blanco, who made appearances in nearly 60 games for the Washington Nationals. A provincial governor and sister of retired MLB star Nelson Cruz was also killed. Merengue singer Ruby Perez was also among those dead. He was on stage performing during the tragedy. Now, a makeshift vigil is growing in Upper Manhattan at Plaza Las Americas as rescue efforts continue at Jet Set. And the Dominican community in the Washington Heights area of New York is also still waiting for word about a lot of family and friends. So this stands to impact a lot of Dominican people, not only in the Dominican Republic, but those who live in New York and across the U.S. So we're sending thoughts and prayers to them, and I will keep you posted on what develops regarding that story.
You know, RIP to all those lives lost. But my first question is, how does something like that happen? Have they said?
Well, no, they haven't said as of yet, but my Dominican homies, they told me that's one of the oldest clubs in the Dominican Republic. They said it's a very upscale club. They said it's usually politicians, athletes, actors, actresses. Like, to get in that club, it's not none of the younger people in the club. You can't wear a hat to get in the club. Like, it's very professional and like one of those types of clubs. So
yeah, but you can be very professional, but clearly the structure of the club wasn't up to par.
But that's what they were saying. It was like it's one of the oldest clubs. Like, I guess it has that history in the DR. But that's what they were saying. Maybe it was just so old. It was things that was not taken, care of. But I'm sure we'll find more and more and more. Like Charlamagne said,
I'm sure that club will never open up ever again, because I'm sure there's some type of class action lawsuit coming from all those families. It should be, if it's not.
But again, yeah, condolences to everybody out there that's lost somebody, and that whole Dominican community. I mean, I know they are hit. I know they're crying. It's just so nasty. So again, salute to all of my Dominicans out there.
Still trapped under the rubble.
They said, and there's still a lot of people trapped under that rubble. So.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. Let's switch gears to Florida. Teacher preparation programs are getting an update to make sure they're not, quote, woke. Yesterday, the Florida Board of Education passed an amendment to make sure concepts like diversity, equity, and inclusion and critical race theory are eliminated across education in the state of Florida. Now, Vice Chair Ryan Petty says these programs if the programs aren't explicitly ruled out, they'll simply be renamed and the same ideas will be taught. And Education Commissioner Manny Diaz Jr. says it was crucial that the teacher preparation and school leadership programs are updated to align with state law. Let's take a listen to those Florida education officials, Ryan Petty and Manny Diaz Jr.
Our students are in school to learn so that they can achieve their greatest selves in their lives. They're not there to be taught and indoctrinated to become puppets of the left.
It is simply unacceptable to base our education on race-obsessed and gender-confused ideologies. It is even more egregious that those ideologies are used when teaching students how to teach.
Honestly, when I hear stuff like that, it just reinforces things that I've always heard from my elders, and that's simply we can't depend on this system to educate us. Let's be for real. They never really taught us anything about our history. You know what I mean? All of that was taught in the home first. My daddy gave me the autobiography of Malcolm X when I was a young kid. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like sexuality and gender, I don't want that discussed in the schools either. I want that discussed at home too. I don't need these people talking to my kids about that. Everything starts within the home. You go to these schools to get a certification. To me, you get a real education at home and in your community.
Yeah, for real, no facts. Envy, what were you going to say?
No, I was going to say that I agree with the same. I mean, it's like you said, as parents and as a community, we have to teach our kids history. We have to make sure that they know the correct history. And I'm with Charlamagne. When it comes to a lot of that sexual conversations, I'd rather have that conversation with my kids. I'd rather, feed them into it when I feel that they're ready, if I'm their parents.
And I just want to be clear. I don't like that they're rolling back these DEI
Not at all.
initiatives, but it goes back to just everything my elders have always taught me. You cannot rely on them to teach us about us.
That's right.
You just can't.
All right, period. Clock it. All right, y'all.
And by them, I mean white people, just in case we're not clear. Okay.
All right, y'all, bringing things home. In the last story, Michelle Obama is talking about the importance of making her own decisions. She made the comments on the Sophia Bush's Work in Progress podcast. The former First Lady addressed people gossiping about her marriage, and she said, she said making tough decisions about her own life. Well, that can upset others. Let's take a listen to former First Lady Michelle Obama.
They couldn't even fathom that I was making a choice for myself, that they had to assume that my husband and I are divorcing. This couldn't be a grown woman just making a set of decisions for herself.
Yeah, so Obama emphasized the importance of asking herself tough questions in this stage of her life, like how she wants to spend her free time and with who. You can listen to the whole podcast on iHeartRadio. Download that free iHeartRadio app. But what do you guys think about this from, I would say, from a husband perspective? Sometimes, the wives just need to have a moment too. It's not all about just being a wife, a mom. What I think Michelle Obama is saying here is that sometimes she just want to be Michelle.
And she telling people to mind their business.
That's what I would say. That's what I took out of it. Mind your business. Every relationship, every marriage is different. You know what I mean? If she don't want to go somewhere, she ain't got to go. You know what I mean? And my relationship is different. Like, sometimes my wife make me go to things I don't want to go to. I make her go to things that she don't want to go to. We different. Everybody's different. Every relationship is different. Like Charlamagne said, mind your business.
Yeah, and we act like we know these people. There's
Right.
There's 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. We see a small portion of these people's lives, and we act like we know them because we haven't, seen them at a couple of public appearances together. Now all of a sudden they getting divorced. Cut it out, man.
Agreed. Now that's your front page news. Follow me on social at Morgan Media, MorgynMedia. And for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit us at BINnews.com. Thank y'all. See y'all on Friday.
Peace.
All right. Now, when we come back, Ja Rule will be joining us. We're going to be kicking it with Ja Rule. He has a new whiskey, Amber and Opal, and we're going to talk to him next. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Loren LaRosa filling in for Jess. We got a special guest in the building.
The legendary
Ja Rule, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, what up, family? What's
Welcome
happening?
back. How you feeling, first and foremost, brother?
Good, man. I'm good. You know, and been in and out, but you know, for the most part, I'm good.
What's aging better, man? You, your music, or that whiskey that you got now?
That whiskey. You here to promote.
We were talking about it the other day. We were saying, you know, from artists from our era and even a couple of years before, that your music still connects to people.
It's aging well.
It ages well.
I don't care where you at.
Young,
you hear it in
old,
restaurants, you hear it on
older,
elevators,
medium,
you know,
clubs, festivals. It aged well. Was that the intention when you made those records, or just happened?
Definitely not. You know, just in there being creative and, you know, trying to do something a little different. Everybody was kind of tackling this or that. You know, we was in an era, you know, Diddy was there doing what Bad Boy was doing. And then, you know, you had Rockefeller and you had Rough Riders. So it was like it was a space that needed to be filled. And I think that was the space I feel. You know, Jay and them had the ultimate floss and fly and flashy going on, and X and them was the streets, and you know, Diddy, you know, and Bad Boy was Bad Boy, and what they were doing with their movement. And so, you know, I kind of just filled the void of those female records that was kind of missing in the industry at the moment.
I want to, if you don't mind, I want to go back a little bit. I've known you for a long time, known of you for a long time, but I don't think a lot of people know the true story of Ja Rule and how you got signed and your deal and everything. With the recent passing of Irv, I just wanted you to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, we need to crack some whiskey for that.
The cups are on the way. I already asked for the cups.
It's a celebratory story, though. You know what I mean? So talk about the first time you met Irv and how that was and why you didn't sign the TVT at the time.
Well, I did actually sign the TVT. So I'll tell the story a little bit. So my man Chris Black, big shout out to my brother Black. You know, we was hustling on 25th and Hollis, you know, doing what young, hungry black men do in the hood.
Selling
drugs.
drugs.
Selling some drugs, you know. And he used to go to the studio with Irv and Mike Geronimo. He used to come back to the block with his mixtapes. Like, it wasn't mixtapes at the time. It was just like little tapes that they was making, basically. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, I want to go rhyme with Irv and Mike Geronimo. At the time, he was DJ Irv. So, like, yeah, I want to go rap with them, too, you know, because we had, like, a little group kind of thing we was kind of doing, but not really. I was kind of, like, more or less the rapper out of the crew, me and my other homeboy. And so when I said that to Black, he was like, yo, I'll bring you up there. So he brought me up there, and that's when I met Irv. And Irv was like, yeah. He think he nice. He's like, all right, go ahead, get in the booth. Let me see what you do. And for me, that was okay. This is my make it or break it moment. Like, this is my moment. Like, this dude right here is the guy that's helping get record deals in the neighborhood. So I didn't leave the booth. I wouldn't leave the booth. I just rhyme after rhyme after rhyme. And kept going, and I at the time, you know, I had an arsenal of rhymes. Or it was like, yeah, this got it. So that's how our relationship started. So that, you know, it all just happened so crazy, so fast. You know, like, we realized TVT wasn't the situation. I was on hiatus for a long time after that, for like 3 years, because my man Black was part of the group. He went to jail, so he did 5 years in prison. And so they...
Black Child or just another man?
No, my man Chris Black.
Okay, Chris Black.
So that kind of, you know, threw everything off with the group. And so I was basically in hiatus for 3 years. I didn't know where I was going to end up. It was just in limbo.
Thank you.
And so, thank you, Loren. Yeah, that good. No, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
So much love to y'all, man.
Cheers.
Appreciate y'all.
Smells good.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's so good.
It's you know, check it out.
And you were a whiskey drinker.
I'm not a whiskey drinker.
I thought you tried the...
I did. When I saw Fawn get into Uncle Nearest, I tried it. Then Beyonce, of course. That is very, very smooth.
Very smooth. Isn't it? This is the smoothest whiskey I've ever had.
I'm not dissing. I'm not even going to say anybody else's whiskey. All I'm going to say is I've never drank whiskey and not made that face and like, give me something you got to chase
very
it.
Smooth.
This is very smooth.
Very smooth.
We'll get into that in a minute, you know,
Wow.
because we wanted to really create this for the whiskey curious. You know, that for that reaction of a first time, you know, not a first time, but a person who's maybe not a whiskey drinker per se. So we wanted to, you know.
You said Irv brings you to Def Jam. How did that feel when you first came? DMX came before you commercialized.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like y'all were like a year apart, right? Like he came. And
Well, Ja actually came first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was
on-
97, 98.
I didn't come first. Ex's music and records and everything came first.
Yeah.
But like I said, my situation with Def Jam
Was already in the making.
Yeah, it was already in the making in the next one.
And then everybody compared you to him, right?
Yeah.
And everything that you did was he's trying to be like DMX.
Yeah.
How did that affect you during that time?
Of course it's gonna affect you, and I'm young too, I got a chip on my shoulder. I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to be like nobody. I'm me, and me and the dog, we definitely, had our bouts over a little stupid like that. But so what I did, I took an extreme gamble. My first album was very successful.
Veni Vidi Vici.
Yeah, I sold close to 2 million records on my debut album. And then those things started happening. He's trying to be like Gags, or he's trying to be like Pac. So I said, you know what? I got something for him. I'm going to switch it all up. Went out to L.A., got me a big-ass mansion out in Hollywood Hills. First time I ever had anything like this in my life. And it was like the most ghetto mansion you ever want to see in your life. We had like Rent-A-Center furniture in the joint. It was crazy, you know what I'm saying? We had a room that we called the Dorm, and just 10 niggas slept in there, you know what I'm saying? It was a wild time, but I wanted the music to reflect new times in my life. Things that I was doing now, things I was seeing now, experiencing now, and so I went completely left, grew my hair out. So they can't say I look like X or Pac. Them never had braids, you know what I'm saying? So I grew my hair out, got braids, was wearing it wild, like Jimi Hendrix, bandana, just looking, just being me, and the music started to reflect those moments.
So it was all your idea to change the image in the music. It was like a new debut, though, in a lot of ways.
That's what it felt. And that's how I felt. I felt like this is like new Ja Rule. This is like something y'all ain't feel before. This is completely, it's me, but it's like me and with a different, look to it, feel to it, and they didn't really like that. Def Jam didn't love it. They didn't love the album. They didn't love, where I was going visually with it. They didn't love it.
Really?
After doing 2 million records,
they want you to do what's
if it ain't
working.
broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, but
like
then you
Ja,
sold 4 or 5.
I know, but you can't call that,
beforehand,
right? And like I said, we was going through a time where a lot of artists was going through sophomore jinx. You put out that sophomore album and then do, as good as the first time. So I was taking a big risk in doing it. They wanted me to go change the album. Gotti came and he's like, yo, Rule, this is what they say, and I told them go f theyself, but it's ultimately your decision, what you want to do. And I'm like, I'm not changing. I'm like, we just gonna have to fight for what we believe in, and we did, and it turned out to be a great decision on that side.
I was going to ask you, in those moments, like, what were the conversations with you and Irv Gotti? Because I've never met him before, but his energy seems so short all the time. But that's a lot of pressure when you know what I mean? Like, y'all are in it. Like, this is the big moment, and he got to say, go f yourself. But at the same time, it's like,
Well, Gotti had a different way of speaking and handling, things.
I've heard.
I'm a little more diplomatic.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Sometimes in life you need both sides. You need Malcolm and you need Martin. You know what I'm saying? So you need somebody to be like, all right, we're gonna talk to Martin right now. We don't want to talk to Malcolm at the moment. So it works.
All right, we got more with Ja Rule when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NB, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Ja Rule. Charlamagne?
You and Irv clearly loved each other out loud, and people ask questions like, how did his passing make you feel? It's like, I don't even know if those are appropriate questions.
Yeah. Like I said, I go in and out. I'm very understanding of what life and death is. We're all born to die. At some point that's going to happen. One of Irv's things he always used to say is, that is our destiny, but in the middle of that we live. JR, rest in peace to JR as well. JR and Loren. And he always used to say, live the dash. Because that's what they put on your tombstone from 19 whatever or whatever to, dash whatever. So he always used to say, live the dash. That's just what it is. So I know that my brother he lived the dash. You know what I'm saying? He lived his life. And so I can be happy in knowing that, but I'm still hurt by the way it all, just kind of happened so fast.
You regret not talking to your brother and being hard on your brother? Like I was listening to Chris, Irv's brother, doing the conversation, and he was like, it was the lifestyle, and I tried to talk to him, but he was like, just Irv didn't listen. Do you wish you would have been more like, yo, bro, you got to do this. You got to go to the doctor. Bro, you got to do this.
About Irv. Yeah, you can't. You're not telling Irv that. Y'all know Irv. When Irv got his money, he wants something, he's going to be, I got the record. He ain't going to stop. And he's the same way with how he wanted to live his life. I think last time he was here, no, I'm sorry. It was maybe Drink Champs.
Drink Champs. Yeah.
And he talking about, he's like, are you taking care of yourself? He's like, not all the time. You know what I'm saying? But that's Irv. I used to, one of my last text to him was, yo, how you doing? You taking care of yourself? How's your health? You know what I mean? How you feeling? You know what I mean? Like, we ain't spoken in, a couple of weeks or whatever. Yeah, I'm good. So, that's Irv, and I'm happy to know that he lived his life the way he did. Frank Sinatra, I did it my way. So I'm happy in knowing that, But I am a little disappointed because I feel he could still be.
Mm-hmm. If you don't mind me asking, if it's too personal, you can say you don't want to answer it. Have you had those moments now after everything where like you wake up and maybe it's like a dream happens and you're like, okay, like I hear you, or like I feel you, or like something like that where it's like a comforting feeling?
Nah, I'm not gonna sit here and be saying I be having like out of body experiences. I just, like I said, I'm seen a lot of death in my life, and so I've always dealt with it very well. This is the first one that somebody has died that's this close to me. Mm-hmm. That we've built so much, we've done so much together, and so it's a little different. But it's tough. But yeah, I can't say that I've experienced those type of joys. I would call them. Yeah.
All right. Well, now let's move on. Now your daughter's getting married.
Yes.
Now, did the young man come to you and ask you, and how was that conversation?
Yo, he did. He's a really great dude, man. My dude Tevin, man, he's a good guy. He's Jamaican, so they have good respect.
He laughed when you say he's Jamaican.
He's a good dude. He's Jamaican.
No,
why you say that?
I said that. I was getting to the point.
Oh, go ahead.
Because they have a culture, and they have a way, and that us African Americans don't. You know what I'm saying? And so it's, it was very respectful. And, he did it the traditional way. It was cool, you know what I mean? And of course, I'm like,
When you see how many people who have not, survived in hip hop, does it give you more of an appreciation of life?
Of course. Mm-hmm. It's a dirty game, man. Mm-hmm. It feels like only hip hop goes through that. Seeing so many young brothers die at such a young age, it's kind of crazy. Knowing that's how I thought when I was young in hip hop. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of weird to just kind of seeing it all unfold, and that's how these young brothers, also think. And it's like, we got to break that cycle too. Mm-hmm.
I saw you said you wish the internet was around during the time of like you and 50's back and forth. Yeah. But listening to you tell that story, I'm like, aren't you happy that it wasn't? Because getting to enjoy that without social media, without feeling like you had to post it and tag it and talk about it.
Because you sometimes you got to show certain elements of certain things. Social media was good for that. Social media is good to show certain things. That's all I'll just say.
Got you.
Without getting too involved.
What similarities did you see in the situation between Kendrick and Drake and you and 50? And I'm just talking about as far as how, the public turned on
consumers.
Yeah,
that's
and fans.
Man, fans are fickle. I knew that. That's what made me kind of transition how I make my money. It was kind of like, okay, I can't put all my eggs in this basket. I kind of diversify in a lot of different ways, because if these flip on me for whatever reason, I ain't like the way I wore my hat the other day or whatever. And it's that, music is a crazy thing, but I do see certain things that are similar, and just the way, public perception, how people can kind of turn their back on you because you're winning so much. I think that's what, people really, I think that's the issue people really have with Drake. He's just too hot, man. You know what I'm saying? The boy don't lose, and people wanted to see him get a little bit of dent in his armor. That's all.
You ever stop to think to yourself, all those years ago, you put out the Clapback record, right?
Yeah.
And when you put it out, everybody was like, what is Ja doing? But now, 25 years later, not only is the record dope, everybody uses the term clapback. Literally.
Yeah.
You probably be in the shade
I
room
should've
comments like, this
trademarked
mine.
that. I might can still
Let's go.
Let's go. Like, no.
Jasmine Crockett might have had that. Jasmine Crockett might have trademarked clapback.
Sheesh.
It's also interesting to me that you R50 have not outgrown each other. And what I mean by that is, if you're talking to 50, Ja gonna come up. If you're talking to Ja, 50 gonna come up.
Yeah. I mean, I don't bring him up per se at all.
No, we do.
Yeah.
The media does.
Yeah.
But because I think that's because he's a troll and he keeps it going. You know
You
what
be
I'm
throwing jabs and throwing them back, but you be hit.
I'll go to the circus once in a while. You know what I mean? But I really like to stay clear of that.
Yeah, because when the
Like,
residency stuff happened, I was like, oh Lord.
I like to have fun sometimes and poke jabs at him too, but that's all it really is. It's like and to me it's like it's silly. You know, we're both successful black men.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the focus should be on continuing to make sure that we pay it forward, push forward, make sure the culture keeps going forward. I think that's more important. You know, I see some of the things that he gets involved in, this feuds on something like grow up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's what I be thinking to myself. You know, and so when I see the things that he does, and he did the herb smoking, you know, I'm like.
How did you feel about that when you saw it?
Of course, nobody likes all this goofy, but it's goofy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm not. You know, Preem said it best. You know, I spoke to Preem the other day. Preem has always got the right word. Because I was hot. You know what I'm saying? I was hot. I was ready to go nuclear. But, I said, So I spoke to Preem anyway. And Preem said, he said, Rule. He said, here's what you got to understand about who we are and what we are. He said, we are masters of self-defense. And I said, I love that. I said, because I don't want to start trouble, make trouble with people. But if we got to get into it and make it, I'll end it. I'll put it to where it go. I'll take it to the next. So that's why I'm like, you know what? That is the best description of what I am and who I am as a man that I could ever think about. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who we are as men. Mm-hmm. Here to protect our family, protect our home, defend our honor, our names, our reputation. That's what we're here. I'm not here to be a bully and bother people. That's not what I'm here to do. You know what I'm saying? But I am a master. So.
All right. Well, we're still kicking it with Ja Rule. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. We are the Breakfast Club. Ja Rule is in the building. Charlamagne.
I'm sitting here with you and I'm thinking to myself, in a way, you do have to understand why Fifth feels the way he feels, though, right? When you think about everything that y'all been through.
I really don't.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
The fighting, the shooting, the stabbing.
What shooting? We ain't got nothing to do with that.
Oh, well, never mind.
I know
like
people
that.
like
No,
to
you know
say it.
Yeah.
That ain't got nothing to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I know the reality of it all. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't got nothing to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's good for people to play that when they want to play that and then play victim when they want to play victim. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I leave it all alone. I live a really, really cool life. I'm in a good space.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just got to remove yourself from the circle, and that's what I've chosen to do. And so that's why I've been being real quiet and cool and just enjoying my time. It's funny because, I'll get DMs and from, other enemies.
Mm-hmm.
What they say, a friend of my
a friend of
the enemy of my
enemy of my
friend.
friend.
Yeah,
my
so
friend.
I got a lot of those. You know what I'm saying?
No, enemy of my friend.
Yeah, the enemy of my
You
enemy
be
of my
responding
friend.
to that because you probably don't get down with that, right? Like,
No, but it'd be like people y'all know very well. They'll hit me in the DMs and be like, yeah, you see this
Hold on, so y'all, you know it's so crazy because we say that all the time. When Ja Rule was going through his situation, Ja got jumped. That's why I don't really like to compare the Drake
This is true.
Kendrick thing. Like, you got jumped. So all of those relationships you never made amends with?
Me and Game is cool.
It was Busta for a moment,
cool.
yeah. Eminem for a moment.
Me and X is cross, we cool. Mm-hmm. But the rest, nah. They all on that side. You know what I'm saying? So I don't pump with them. That's cool.
Now, I got to ask, what was your mind frame and what were your thoughts when they said that they were bringing the Fire Festival back?
I'm glad you brought that up, Mr. Envy.
What was the...
I'm glad
you was like, no!
I'm glad you brought that up. Remember when I was here around that time, and my good brother Envy was like, Ja, how could you have a partner that's doing some
What's in this whiskey? What is in this whiskey?
Yo, I just spoke to John so many times. John was way holding that way.
Oh yeah, cause yo, it's possible, right, MV?
You right.
Oh man. Oh.
You do it behind your back, man. I swear to God.
But you're more cognizant of that now. Who you attach your brand to, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what's crazy? And Envy, you can probably attest to this. Like,
yes, he can.
Yeah.
Attest.
The beauty of you don't want to go through nothing like those type of situations. But the beauty of it is now when I vet a situation, people don't get mad at all. Like when I'm like real anal about like no, I don't know. Let me just check a little bit more, see what this is about.
Absolutely.
They do not. Like, it's no sweat. They're like, I get it, Ja. I get it. You know what I'm saying? So that, I guess, is a plus for things where people are very forgiving when it comes to how hard I'm vetting the next situations that I'm getting into. You have to. Really
Well,
have to.
with Amber and Opal, speaking of vetting,
Yeah.
I was watching an interview where you talked about, and we had tried this before, and we were talking about the tasting and stuff, and I honestly
It's the liquor. Tell me it's the liquor.
I'm sorry.
Just
So
make it
it's
say
Amber and
names.
Opal is the whiskey
Yes,
that you own.
I'm not even capping. This is really good.
I already knew.
glad you
I was
like it,
waiting
Sean.
for y'all
Glad
to
you
taste
like
it.
it, man.
Like, this is the first whiskey I've ever tasted. I'm like, yo, this is actually really good.
You
Come
want to
on,
drink
man.
it?
Total
I would love
Wines.
to
We
hear
are
this
in
in
Total
old fish-
Wines.
old-fashioned.
Go
You ever had
get you a
old-fashioned?
bottle
Old
of Amber and
fashioned. You
Opal.
could do it in coffee. I feel like this.
Old-fashioned,
In the morning, you could do this in like a good coffee.
But
Yeah.
no, what Envy is, it tastes like an old fashioned already.
Yeah. Oh, he is the ice cube.
Yeah.
What do you smell? Smell it. What
I'm
do you
getting
smell?
tore up online because I poured a over ice and called it neat. Was mad at me.
Yeah,
I'm
why
like,
would
Jesus
you-
Christ.
I ain't drinking mine.
There's no ice. I made
It's
a
okay.
mistake.
It's
God,
okay.
listen, please, back off me. Leave me alone.
But you did a good job with this one. What do you smell when you smell it?
It's like sweet and smoky at the same time.
See that smoky taste that you taste, that smoke finish. That is a Chinese tea, Chinese black tea that we use called Lapsang Souchong. You see my black brother back there? I'm gotta give him all the props because he's the whiskey enthusiast out of the crew, and so this blend, he was sweating. You know what I'm saying? You see he's bald too, so he's back there sweating, putting this blend together the right way, and he did the damn thing with it. And you know, I was the guy that was tasting it. That was you. That I'm not really a whiskey drinker, but tasting it was like, I could drink this.
Yeah.
So I was important to the tasting when I thought I wasn't. You know, I was sitting there like, man, I don't know what I'm tasting. I don't know if it's, whatever. And they're like, I'm drinking A, B, C, D. I'm like, they all kind of taste the same. Just tell me which one you like. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's important. And we wanted to really nail that for the whiskey curious. You know what I mean? People who are maybe first time whiskey drinkers or not really, whiskey enthusiasts.
I guess this is my last question. I guess.
Now we gotta go to Ghana.
Oh, go
We go to school in Ghana. So we'll talk about the school in Ghana that you built.
Yeah. So I just got back from Ghana last night. I built a 6 classroom block in Nowasu, Ghana. Amazing feeling. Probably the most important thing that I've done.
Wow.
In my career thus far. I say that because this is something that's going to live way beyond me. Mm-hmm. All the thousands of kids that get to go to this school and learn English and learn math and, science and history and all those great things. It's really, really, special. And what people have to understand is, we're not in Accra. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I land in Accra in Ghana. That's the capital. But we drive 2.5 hours outside of Accra to Nowasu, where it's like really, really, really small villages of people, and they don't have much of anything. They don't have, really a lot of fresh water. They don't have, so we had to build the bathrooms there so they can, have sanitary places. They're still teaching the girls how to, be sanitary with themselves, wash themselves, things of that nature, and with their menstrual cycles and stuff like that. We was at a tribe out there just now where they still believe that the blood from a woman's menstrual cycle is evil. And so the women have to go into an outhouse for 7 days.
What?
And while they're doing their ministry. So it's also a learning experience that we're offering out there too. And I did this through Pencils of Promise, Andy and Scooter Braun's foundation. Really, they do really great work, man. So I've been working with them for the last few years, and I broke ground on the school last year, and this year, we're here opening the school, cutting the ribbon, and the kids are
amazing.
Congratulations.
Amazing.
Well, we appreciate you for joining us.
Absolutely.
If you're out and about, pick up the new whiskey, Amber and Opal.
For sure.
You said, is it Total Wines?
Total Wines. Yeah, we going in other spaces too.
I ain't never seen you drink this much.
Really good. I mean,
I love that, man.
It's really good.
No, but that was how when we first tried it. The last time you were not up here for an interview, but we just ran into you. I was like, "This is whiskey.
Real smooth.
It's no way."
Yeah, Lauren, she definitely gave it the stamp of approval.
Yeah, congrats.
She's a drunk, so she said it's good.
I told you a drunk, not even alcohol.
No, she does a lot of. Oh no, I'm sorry. She does a lot of taste testing. That's what she does.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, actually, I used to work in the spirits industry, so
Boom.
Okay,
period.
there you go.
That's how I knew to tell you to smell it. But that big nose over there, I'm about to come across this table.
This is nasty. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's Ja Rule.
They didn't
Love
get
y'all.
He yelled at me.
Intervention.
Latest with Loren.
Lauren becoming a straight fact.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Lauren LaRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
Carrie Hilson has been trending for the last 24 hours.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, she is currently trending on Twitter right now because of her interview that she did up here at the Breakfast Club. So while she was here, she talked about being forced to record the Turning Me On remix that was the diss record to Beyonce and a few of the other rap girlies. Let's take a listen to her on being forced to record the record.
It's a regret, but not in the way that people would think, because that's a song that I actually didn't write. Those are not my words. I was on tour. Polo wanted me to do a remix to Turning Me On. He had produced the record, and I wasn't, because I was on tour with Lil Wayne. I wasn't able to lay anything down. He had another writer in our camp at the time. He had her write this. So he played it for me, like, this is the remix. But I come into the studio and he plays me this verse, and I'm like, I'm not saying that. So I tried to fight him on it, and it was quite forceful.
In an executive artist way?
Yeah, in an executive artist way only. And kind of threatening my career in a real sense. You're not coming, because my album wasn't out yet. So it was like, you're not coming out if you don't do this. But I was in tears. I was crying. I was adamant that I did not want to do that.
Now, she also talked about protecting a ton of people in this situation as well.
It leaked like days after I did it, but he promised me that wouldn't happen. So it leaked. And I protected him. I protected the girl that wrote it, who went on to become famous. I protected everyone in the story. So I had to eat that. And I am still eating it to this day. But that is definitely a regret of not fighting even stronger. But when you're that young, you're just kind of like,
maybe they know better than me.
Right.
I have
like,
to, yeah.
Yeah.
What did Timberland say?
I think he just went because they were partners. I think he just went along, but I don't remember that we involved him or that he was involved at all, because he hadn't produced that record. What I do know is he went on to work with B and J.
So did Polo.
And tour with him, and so did Polo. And I would say Carrie the human was looking at Carrie Hilson the artist like, you deserve that. You should have fought harder.
Now, once the interview started to circulate, the people were like, well, who is the writer? And some people would begin to tag Esther Dean into our post on Instagram. Now, Esther Dean came in the comments. She entered the chat and she said, I'm here. And then she commented back to a person who wrote, the writer was definitely Esther Dean. She commented back and said, and did. Exclamation point. And it was a hit! Exclamation point.
You can tell when somebody been waiting to come out the shadows for a while. When somebody ain't been talking about for a long time. I'm here.
Into the group chat real swift.
She ain't mean to do that, though.
Yeah.
She ain't mean to do that.
At the same time that she did that, she posted a photo with her and Polo Don to her Instagram. People were in them Instagram comments on that photo tearing her up.
Beehive went crazy?
Oh, not even Beehive, just people that were like, yo, you think this is cute? You're admitting to ruining someone's career. You're admitting to being a part of forcing somebody to do something. One girl commented and said, "It's crazy that you're gloating about ruining someone's career when yours didn't even take off, even with a diss."
Yeah,
they were going in. They weren't even. People were dropping the bees. It was a whole thing.
10 seconds later.
Yep. So then after that, do it again, Envy.
10 seconds later.
Period.
She then posted an apology. She said, "I submitted a lot of verses for that remix. One got picked, and it was co-written with Carrie. Looking back, it was childish and didn't age well. I see how it hurt people, especially women, and I take full accountability. I've worked with and supported many women since, but that doesn't erase the moment. I'm sorry for my part in it. Growth is real, and so is the apology."
So she admitted to it, but also brought Carrie along as an accomplice.
She did.
She did.
Yes. I co-wrote it.
Yeah.
With Carrie.
I apologize, but she helped.
Yo, that was so funny because she posted the picture of Polo the Don and she stood on it. 10 seconds later. Now it wasn't me, it was me and her.
Well, Carrie Hilson was not. She didn't appreciate that because when she was up here, she made it clear that she didn't. Those were not her words.
Write the song at all.
She said, "Dean." She commented on the Shade Room, and she said, "Dean, I personally don't think that this is our fight to have. I've respected you in this matter for 16 years and have attempted to do that again yesterday while finally expressing the truth when asked. But since you're coming to the table, let's be clear. You used the word co-wrote. I rewrote 3 lines in your verse, which was the only battle I won in the whole matter, but you weren't there when all of this was going down, and we didn't write it together. These lines are mine. I have the audio for you, so we'll play that." She said she only wrote the "Been getting dollars, boy, go and get your money up. No, you ain't the only homie on me, line up." She said that was the softest section of the lines were about a boy because not only did she strongly disagree with the unnecessary hateful sentiments towards other women, but she's also been a fan. She's never been a fan of a publicity stunt method. So she also argued that in her trail of attempts that the verse isn't even on subject with the original song. So she was pushing back the whole time, she said, behind the scenes. And she said that Esther Dean chose to stay quiet for over 16 years, but coming out only now when you felt a portion of the heat, I've gotten all of this time.
You know something that was said yesterday that I found interesting? It was somebody from Carrie's team was like, everything happens for a reason. Because they were kind of second guessing whether or not they wanted certain things left in the interview.
Yeah. Correct.
Right? And she's right. She said what she said. And the best thing that happened was Esther Dean coming out and saying something because people were already pushing back on Carrie saying, "Oh, you making this up, you making this up."
Correct.
But Esther was like, "Nope, I did write it." So it solidified everything Carrie said.
Yep.
Wow.
That song was such a good song.
It was definitely a bop. And I would dance to it, but I look like cruising down the street and my 6 was supposed to be on, so I ain't even get up and do it.
You do look like a nigga with an attitude this morning.
I look like, I know.
Yeah.
I swear.
Yes.
Damn, yo.
Well, I did reach out to Esther Dean. I did reach out to Polo the Don. They didn't respond to me. Esther Dean, though, she posted the apology and she collabed one of our posts on the Breakfast Club's Instagram. But y'all respond back to me. Got some questions.
Oh, Esther Dean ain't about to say, "No, I'm here now." She back in hiding where she been for 16 years.
She ain't mess with y'all no more.
Her last hit, what was it? Drop it low? Yeah, she done now.
She low.
Like, I'm done. I'm gonna stay low.
Get low, Esther.
Well, the saga is done, hopefully, for Carrie.
I hope so. I hope so. So
yeah, I'm glad that this is getting some attention now, though, and people do know the real story after all this time. So. Thank you, Loren.
You're welcome. You do look like Easy.
Yo, chill. Like, no. Yo, stop checking me out over here. I'm turning you on. Turning you on?
You said she looked like Eazy-E. What did you say?
She sounded like Eazy-E, yo.
Yo, you do look like Eazy-E. Now that she said it.
Lauren been saying, Jess been saying that all morning.
She said it to me.
I guess she didn't hear me.
Because we both was late, so we came in looking crazy. No, I just was happening to just be looking at her. And like,
all right.
It's
donkey
little
today.
curls hanging from the hat.
Who will give me your donkey to?
Man, there's a pastor out there that thinks TSA can make you gay. We'll discuss.
Oh, my God.
I hate this place. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out the Breakfast Club.
I just wanted to know how you came up with the donkey of the day.
Because you're mean.
I am not. What did I do? I made donkey of the day.
There's a bunch of donkeys out here in the street.
That is why Charlamagne is here.
If we live a life where we bite our tongue based off who we may offend, we never would say it.
You don't give a damn, don't throw it up. Hey! Give it to him. Give it to him.
On the Breakfast Club.
In the words of Charlamagne, he's a donkey. That was
Oh man, Charlamagne, you giving donkey of the day to who now?
Well, Busta Rhymes' donkey of the day for Thursday, April 10th goes to a Christian nationalist pastor from Tennessee named Andrew Isker. Okay, he co-hosts a podcast with a guy named CJ Engel, and they call their podcast the #1 Christian nationalist podcast in the world. They have created a community called Heritage Americans, and they have explicitly stated their longing for the American way of life before women joined the workforce, before civil rights ruined everything, and before the LGBTQ plus community took all the letters from the alphabet and made it look like a line on an eye chart. Oh, trust and believe they're from Tennessee, but they absolutely support Florida's Don't Say Gay bill. In fact, they think you can just be turned gay. Now, last time I checked, there was only one way to turn gay, and that's to have sex with someone of the same sex. Well, Andrew Isker begs to differ. He thinks that airport security scanners, you know, the ones that detect weapons and other potential threats, he thinks those things are a gay beam machine that could turn you into a homosexual. Let's go take a peek into their podcast. Let's listen.
Where was the Constitution when the Patriot Act was passed? Right? I mean, give me a break. Like, I had to be molested at the airport to go to Florida, right? Just to get on an airplane, because I'm not going to go through the gay beam machine. I didn't let CJ do it. I wouldn't let him do it. Said, you're getting patted down too, buddy. I don't want them turning you gay. It appears having a guy touch you all over the place is on its face seems worse, but you don't really know what those things are doing to you.
Now, I am not the highest grade of weed in the dispensary, nor am I the strongest Avenger, but I think I can say without a shadow of a doubt that the airport scanner is not going to make you gay.
How many times have you been through it?
Right.
The airport scanner, the airport scanner does not want your butt, okay? Andrew thinks TSA is prison. He thinks TSA stands for take somebody's ass. Okay, technology of sodomy advancement. Let me be the first to tell you, Andrew, if you go through the airport scanner and then all of a sudden you got another man's blue vein sausage on your brain, then trust me when I tell you that you was craving crotch rockets long before you got to the airport. Now, I know there might be some Christian nationalists out there or other folks who believe this type of foolishness, but a machine designed to detect metal and contraband does not have the side effect of altering one's sexual orientation. I know that may sound crazy to you, but you will not develop a taste for tonsil ticklers just because you go through the scanner at the airport. Now, I'd be wondering, where do people come up with this stuff? Is it the internet? Did he consult with anyone about this? Personally, I think you already smoke skin flutes. And those closet door walls are closing in on you, and before you get exposed, you throwing this out there so you can have an excuse. Okay, you want to be able to blame your gayness on airport scanners. No. I think you a TSA agent right now, Pastor. And TSA for you stands for thoroughly sniffing anus. All right, there is no other reason for someone to spread such a theory. This is like saying if you step on a digital scale, it will change your zodiac sign. You step on it as an Aries weighing 180, step off it weighing 180, but now you a Sagittarius. That's not how that works. Okay, you probably think the radiation from microwaves turns people into pedophiles, don't you? Huh? We live in a world where people are trying to run from themselves, and you can't run from who you are, okay? You can't run from what you are. Stop hiding behind religion and blaming airport scanners because you like to blow on a man's love whistle. Okay, the same Bible that you read out of says, judge not that you not be judged. That's Matthew 7:1. Okay, the reason you so afraid to be yourself is because you are scared that all the judgment you pass on to others will now be passed on to you. So stop with the baseless fear mongering and spreading misinformation. If you have a passion for pink pickles, who are we to judge? Please give Pastor Andrew Isker the sweet sounds of the Hamiltones.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yee-haw.
Nothing brings me more joy than watching Sid, who's our digital person.
Oh, that's funny.
She being here
She be
on
so
TikTok.
mad.
And I can always tell when we got bumped off TikTok, she just looks so defeated and puts the phone down and just stares at me. What was it, the pink pickles?
No. Sometimes she turns it off because she knows we're going to get banned.
Yeah.
Oh, was it the
What
taste
was
for
it today?
tonsil ticklers?
You turned it off today, or did they ban us?
It was gay. It was too much gay, wasn't it?
You said what?
We'll be back on
April 17th?
Damn.
Was it to take somebody's ass? The TSA standing for take somebody's ass? What was it?
Yeah.
It was all of it.
All of it.
Okay.
Especially the way you say gay. You say it all hard. So they just
You want
like,
to say it's
nah.
soft?
Yeah, like gay.
But that's the cute kind.
Yeah, that's what that's
kind
the
do you
only
want?
thing they like.
take somebody's ass.
Exactly. See, now that sounds a little crimey. Like, that's too crimey. It's too negative.
All right. Salute to our TikTok family. We'll see you on April 17th, you said? We'll be back April 17th.
TikTok. All our people on TikTok who have a taste for tonsil tickles.
Okay, all right. Up next, Jess Fix My Mess. 800-585-1051. If you're having relationship issues or problems, you can call Jess right now, 800-585-1051. Sydney's so mad. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
X about me.
Relationship problems?
X about me.
You need to beat your coworker's ass.
X about me.
Your coworker need to beat your ass? Call it up. It's Dr. Jess, and I'm here to fix your mess. It's getting very much messy. Let me fix it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. It's time for Jess Fix My Mess. Hello, who's this?
Good morning. This is Trey.
Trey, what's up? What's your question for Jess?
Hey, good morning, Jess. Good morning, Charlamagne.
Peace, King.
So I've been married for about 8 years with my girl, and we just don't have sex as much as I would like. And what I've learned was sex is more about higher needs for men, and women are more like emotional qualities. But what's the secret? She says she wants me to be like fill her mind and be more romantic, help her feel more emotionally connected.
on speaker or?
Are you in speaker, bro? Because we can barely hear you. Or speak on Bluetooth?
Oh, I just took it off. Can you hear me better?
Way better.
Yep, I can hear you better. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You said you were married for 8 years. Y'all not having sex like y'all used to, and you understand what?
As much as I would like, I understand that women are more emotional, and for men, it's a higher need.
Mm-hmm.
But what she explained is she wants me to make her feel more emotionally connected and romance there. And I try, but it seems like women make it more hard. Like you want to feel security, take the load off. You got to do like a huge list, and then only if you feel like it, then you do it. And one more thing, kind of remind me, kind of with DJ Envy. I don't want to bring back your old thing with the orgasm thing.
Yes, you do.
Damn.
You and Charlamagne love it, but go ahead.
Damn.
No, because what the thing is, I like just with the stroke or how well you do it or how large you are, how you, I guess, fill their minds, which is really difficult to understand.
Yeah, because sex is
wanna
not
learn.
only
I was 17. Sorry, I was triggered. Sorry.
17 to 27.
Sorry, I was 17.
Oh, my God.
17 to 27.
Stop.
It was 10 years.
It was not 10 years. Go ahead.
So you lied in your book?
Well, first of all, don't be calling up here triggering Envy, yo. Don't trigger him, yo. All right. Now listen, it could be so she don't want to have sex unless she wants to type situation, right?
Yeah, or not as often as I would like.
Okay, all right. What else is she going through? Like, is she stressed out because of work? Because listen, just from my own experience, like I know this to be true. When there's a lot going on, I travel so much, and I got the new baby, and everything that's happening. I got this business, that business, and everything. The last thing on my mind is sex. I don't feel like it. I'm not in the mood. You have to be in the mood. Is she stressed out over things? Is she overwhelmed with work? Like, what's up? What else is going on with her that you haven't gotten to the bottom of yet? What you think?
Yeah, that's true, but it seems like it's always confused. It could be a headache. She does have a big schedule of work with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I do my part by trying to help out more, doing dishes here and there, holding down with the kids. But then it's like, well, I'm not feeling emotionally connected.
You're not feeling emotionally connected to her.
No, the woman is. She's saying she's not feeling emotionally connected in order to get in the mood or romanced enough.
Okay, so she told you that she feels like you're not romantic enough. You're like there's a disconnect emotionally there from her side. She feels.
Yes, I want to know how I can make her feel emotionally connected in conversation. Then when you open up, I get mad. So it's like, what do you say? You can't win.
Yeah. See, I honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. Do y'all men have any? Because he's saying that she told him. I thought he was telling me that he's emotionally disconnected or something like that. But he said she told him that, and he keeps trying to figure it out. Like, all right, trying to figure out ways he can emotionally connect with her, but it's not working. He damned if you do, damned if you don't. So, yeah.
I mean, I would tell you this. Yeah, I know it was a big joke. I wrote in my book about it. But yeah, you're right. When I was having sex with my wife early on, I thought it was like porn. I watch porn.
Oh,
That's
God.
so I would just go hard. That's what it was.
It was just sex.
I wasn't mentally with her.
Yeah.
Like, I was just, whatever what it was. But once I got mentally to that level where we were mind effing and having sex, everything has changed. So I think you have to get into her mind, not just have sex, not just pull her panties off and just start smash, and you really have to get into it and make her feel loved, make her feel wanted, make her feel desired.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what you got.
I hear you, but how long? And how often should a married couple be having sex? What's a good amount of time per week?
Per week? It just depends on everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
Depends on work schedule, how many kids you got, the time that you could actually have.
Got crazy jobs and like, I mean,
and we can't teach you how to be sexual with your wife. Like we can't teach you how to touch your wife or make things romantic. Light a candle, play some soft music.
Was you ever locked up?
What?
It sound like he be pouncing on her, just like killing it. Like
I think it's because I'm not good at opening up. Is the main thing.
Well, if you would have led with that big head, then we could have got to the bottom of it sooner. You're not good with opening up, so there's a guard up. That's why you can't emotionally, like you can't extend those emotions to her because you don't even know how to feel it. All right, look, just jump in my DM because we ain't got time here. Jump in my DM and I'm going to fix your mess there and then we're going to put you on the podcast because, it's you the problem.
What code word do I need to put so you know it's me? Because I know you probably get 100 DMs and to go to your...
Tell me, I just say I can't emotionally connect with my wife. I got you. I'm going to find you. It ain't too many of them DMs being sent. So send me that. I got you. And we're going to reconvene there. I got you.
Good luck, brother. Jess Fix My Mess. 800-585-1051. Caller now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
You wanna go home. Hey, trips that you plan for the next whole week. Bands too long for so cheap and your flex OD, your sex OD. You got it, girl, you got it. Hey, you got it, girl, you got it. Yeah, pretty little thing, you got a bag and now you wildin'. You just took it off the line, no mileage. Waiting, hitting you the DM, looking violent. Talking while you come around and now they silent. Through the Cooper 17, no guidance. You be staying low, but you know what the fight is. Ain't never got you know it being modest. Popping sizes, cause you know you popping, yeah. You got it, girl, you got it. Hey. You got it, girl, you got it. Little baby in a bag in a Birkin. No 9 to 5, put the work in. Lost and all, I love them all. To me, you're perfect. Baby girl, you got it, girl. You got it, girl. You got it, girl. You got it, girl. I don't wanna play no games, but I don't give you my last name. Know you tired of the same damn thing. That's okay, cause baby, you got it, girl, you got it. Hey. You got it, girl, you got it.
Help me! Tell made it! It's the real deal. Help me! Help me!
Oh my God. I'm all up in your mess. I'ma fix it. Fix it. Fix it. Fix it. Just gonna fix your mess, cause my advice is real.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. It's time for Jess Fix My Mess. Now, Amon's on the line. Mm-hmm. She has tickets for your show this weekend, but she's not going.
Why? What the hell?
I didn't say I wasn't going.
Yo, Emily's a clown. Yo, what happened?
Listen to the story.
I'm most definitely going, but
so you're in Orlando. First of all, you're in Orlando, Florida, and you bought tickets to the show that I got at the Funny Bone this weekend. I'm gonna be there all weekend. And what happened?
Look, yeah. So I bought tickets for me and my dude or whatever. But a couple weeks ago, I found out that he was cheating on me. Yeah. So I broke up with him. Right. Damn. And unfortunately, all my homegirls are busy. Unfortunately, all my homegirls are busy, and I really don't have anybody to go with. So I was like, maybe we could still kick it or whatever at the show and have a good time. I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, so you know what? Yeah, bring his ass to the show. I just bring him to the show. Okay. You know, and there got to be a signal. You got to let me know like who y'all are.
Period.
Yeah. Just let me know. What's your name on IG or something so I can be expecting a DM from you.
I'll DM you, and I'll try to. I don't want to put my.
All right. Well, don't put it out there then. But DM me and then tell me exactly. Say I got tickets to your show. I'm the girl who just recently got cheated on, and I'm still bringing you to the show. And me and Desi gonna make sure that you feel great about this by the end of the show.
Oh, I love that. Thank
Absolutely.
you. Yes, I will. I'm gonna inbox you.
No problem, baby girl. Thank you. Don't forget.
All right, I won't.
Now you know this. Any man that was gonna go to your show.
Mm-hmm.
That cheated on their girl, they're not going to your show. It's gonna be nothing but women at this show in Orlando. Because any man that just heard that was like, nah, I ain't going. They ain't no.
But he messing up the show. Like, how you cheat before the show? Why you couldn't cheat after?
Damn.
Like, don't cheat before.
By the way, a Jess Hilarious show with all women is great because the studs be coming out to see Jess too. So you got the studs and then just bringing the ladies out. What are you talking about?
What? She gonna get there with him and leave with her?
Damn.
I'm telling you, they be ready. They be outside lined up with the backpacks.
Well, Jess will be in Orlando this week, right?
With the backpacks.
I will be.
With the backpacks. With the lambskin dildos.
You already know. I don't care. It'd be a whole lineup with the backpacks looking like a field trip ready to happen. I love it. But I'll be there at Funny Bone this Friday, this Saturday in Orlando. Get your tickets if you have not yet. And I will be doing meet and greet after every late show on Friday and Saturday. So funnybone.com or jesshilariousofficial.com. Get your tickets, Orlando.
All right, when we come back, we got the latest with Loren. What we talking about?
Michelle Obama is addressing the divorce rumors. She calling us to the table to have a conversation.
She calling us to the front of the congregation.
She calling you to the table. You had the rumors. You started it.
You think it was me?
Yes.
We're going to talk about it.
All right, we'll get to it next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren be coming with straight facts.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm a homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on you.
The latest with Lauren LaRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
So Michelle Obama.
Turn her mic on.
Oh, shoot. Dang. Am I on? Can you hear me? Okay.
Now, you
we hear you.
So Michelle Obama, she was on the Work in Progress podcast hosted by actress Sophia Bush. And the conversation that they were having was about women being able to make their own decisions and how as a mom, as a wife, as a woman in general walking through the world, but especially as a mom and a wife, you never want to make decisions that disappoint other people. Mm-hmm. In this conversation, they then got to what's been the conversation all around, that there may be a divorce looming with the Obamas. Let's take a listen to her on her divorce.
We, as women, I think we struggle with like disappointing people.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so much so that this year people were, they couldn't even fathom that I was making a choice for myself, that they had to assume that my husband and I are divorcing. This couldn't be a grown woman just making a set of decisions for herself, right?
Right.
But that's what society does to us.
Yeah, so in this conversation, and we talked about it here in the latest. I know Morgan talked about this earlier today, but wanted to bring it back in because, first of all, her having to address this, I'm like, this is Michelle Obama having to address divorce rumors. But secondly, I mean, it was a thing because she chose to not go to a couple events with Barack Obama. People were like, hey, there's problems in their marriage.
Yeah.
Now, also in this podcast, she begins to talk about, at this point in time when we're not seeing her go different places with him, she's making decisions on her own, like deciding to like pick up hobbies and just do things that she actually likes to do.
Like live a normal life.
Yes, live a normal life. And she also talks about, and I thought that this was pretty interesting, after her mom passed away, which was in this last year, her and her brother looked up and were like, yo, we don't got a lot of time, and we're like the oldest. Like we are the oldest now in our family. Our mom is gone. If we don't start making decisions now to do things that we want to do, we're not going to have the time.
Yeah. Right. Let's start a podcast.
They did, and they started a podcast together. They did, and she said that again. She's been doing things that you probably wouldn't necessarily always see her doing, and she's been doing it separate from her husband, and that's okay.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. But I just thought it was crazy that she came out and actually addressed the stuff. I would have never.
That's all you guys have been talking about. When you don't see her pop up at certain things, you'd be like, "Oh, is there a problem in their relationship?"
home,
Now, like we said earlier, every relationship is different, right? Like there's things that Gia does that I gotta go because I'm the husband and I don't want to go, and there's things that she comes to that I know she doesn't want to go. But every relationship is different, and people should mind their business.
That's also what happens when we think we know people.
That's right.
Like there's 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week, and because we see brief moments in these people's lives, and we haven't seen them together a couple of times,
right?
They're getting a divorce now. I ain't seen them with their kids either. But I know they still their parents.
She talked about not wanting She talked about not wanting to disappoint the kids too. And as moms, Jess, you might, you understand this. She said, as moms, anytime you make a decision, that's the first thing you think about is like, will it disappoint my kids?
Yeah.
How will my kids feel about it? And you just never even stop to think, I'm never thinking about myself.
Yeah.
But speaking of divorce, Tyreek Hill, his wife, Keita Hill, has filed for divorce from the NFL superstar 1 day after cops were called over a domestic dispute at their home in Miami. So according to the Sunny Isles Beach Police Department, there's an incident report that was released and it was obtained by TMZ Sports. Cops say that Keita's mother, Alyssa, told them that she had called for emergency services on Monday after she saw Tyreek throw a computer to the floor and then grab the couple's baby daughter. Officers on the scene stated that Keita told them she and Tyreek had been arguing frequently lately, and Monday's quarrel was sparked by a comment that he was not involved enough with their daughter. That's when he got irritated. Cops say Keita told them that. Now, Tyreek, cops said that he had gotten upset with Keita after their argument about their daughter. So he approached her, grabbed the baby, and started walking around the apartment. In his own words, officers say in the report, he stated, "I have the same rights as a father as her as a mother, and I can take my baby whenever I want." Officials say both parties told them that the argument never became physical, no arrests were made, and authorities told TMZ on Wednesday there's no further investigation into the matter. Their direct quote was, "On Monday, we were informed that the police were called to Tyreek Hill's home, and after conversations with Tyreek and members of the family, the police department left the residences with no further incident, and the case was closed." Yes. And then
I just want to say, baby, you reported that down just now, okay?
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome, boo. Go ahead.
Well, official Easy E stamping me.
Wow.
Finish right now, Lauren. Finish.
In other relationship news, Brandy Ray J. What?
Nothing.
No, go ahead, Lauren.
Brandy and Ray J are having some issues as well.
Oh, God.
So, Ray J decided to call Kai Cenat because now Ray J is beginning to stream. And he was telling Kai Cenat, like, yo, when y'all, Kai Cenat and his crew be doing these sleepovers, Unc want to come sleep over.
No.
Let's take a listen to Ray J.
So y'all took showers together, right?
No, but we be separated with swimming trunks.
That's what I mean. Y'all had sleepovers before, right?
Yeah, but not like that. Like,
yeah, so no, I didn't mean it like anything. I meant it like how y'all meant it. I want to sleep over too. I want to sleep with y'all too. That's how I meant it. Pause, I know. That was a lot.
Wow.
And y'all was in the shower. Y'all took a shower together. So I'm like, well, I take a shower with them niggas. Of course with clothes on, bro. You know what I mean?
What?
all right, Uncle Ray. Yo, can I call you Unc?
You know what? You could call me Unc, man.
You
like
definitely
the next sleepover, like, if I'm not invited, it's cool. I just be heard about it. But they over there sleeping in the bed. Like, I want to sleep in the bed, too.
That sounds crazy.
I want my own bunk. Kevin Hart got a bunk. Drewski got a bunk. This a big night. I want to sleep, too, my That's how I'm saying it. Oh, I'm sorry. Melly, I'm so sorry. My precious baby, I'm sorry.
First of all, y'all know what Ray J meant. Cut it out.
What do you mean?
You know exactly what he meant when he said he want to sleep over. You seen the sleepovers that Kevin Hart and Drewski and all of them do.
First of all, I didn't understand why Kai.
What about the shower part though?
Right.
Yeah, Kai and his
first
homeboy was in the shower
and
when it
the nigga
happened.
asked for saying something like that. Y'all knew what he meant. You know what he meant. You already know. You couldn't wait for the ass jokes. They build. I saw him building up in your mind.
That's not true.
You lying.
I know what Ray J meant.
I don't know what Jess just meant by he would be the first one in somebody's behind. Explain that.
Yes, he'd be the first one in somebody's behind.
Yo, we should.
So
You want to be the proper cousin so bad.
I am
You
her.
want to be. Matter of fact,
I
first
am
of all,
her.
let's talk about it. Lauren was drunk as hell last night and
Yes.
was late to
I
work this
was
morning.
not
She
drunk
come in here drunk,
Smell like an old
but
man.
still want to be all proper.
Smelling like an old man.
Just said getting your ass. You want to be in somebody's behind.
Because I didn't want to say the A word.
You know she did
I be
not
cussing,
curse.
but I don't want to say the A
But to
word.
think about it, right? We should actually do a sleep over there. But could you take a shower?
What you mean? With my hair? Baby, these bundles, don't play with me, Envy.
You just gotta wrap the frontal part down.
Yes, and all this can get wet.
You gonna let somebody with all that dye in their bed tell you if they can take a shower?
You be talking to me about my hair all the time, and you lost your hairline a long time ago.
Shoot at him. Focus on him. I'm helping you with him.
Your hairline is Sharpie, and your hairline is an ancestor.
I'm helping you with him. All right, okay.
Let's get back to it, because I gotta say this part real quick before we leave. The reason why I reported this is because Ray J shared a text saying that Brandy hates who he is because all he wants to be is himself, and he don't know how to be anybody better than himself. He said he tried, but he gets depressed when he tries to change because he doesn't have his wife anymore. He has no stability. He's sorry to his sister for who he is and his mom. He doesn't give a F about nobody else's feelings, and he said F. I didn't try to be proper on that. But when it's my family, it makes me feel alone, so I turn up more. Stay tuned to my kids who might see this later. When they are older, just know I work hard for you and only you. If it wasn't for you, Melody and Epic, I would have been locked up or dead. I'm crashing out tonight. Because she texted him and said, come on, Ray, what's up? What's going on with you? You're so much better than this, because he wanted to have a sleepover with Kai.
So he screenshotted and put that out there that Brandy texted him.
Yeah.
That's why she don't be saying nothing to your dumb ass, yo. Like, why would you even put that out there, yo?
I think Brandy don't know her brother either. Like, if you say Ray J better than this, is he?
No.
But that's a way of her comforting him. Like, she know damn well he ain't better than this. You
That's
know?
who Ray
As
is.
a big sister, you always try and like save you. Like, you know, even if you know they not, you like, all right.
All right.
Exactly.
Well, that is
Maybe
the
you
latest.
come from better than this.
That nigga is
I don't know.
planning his crash out. He said, I'm crashing out tonight, 8 p.m. Go live with me.
When did you?
He's going on a 12-hour Twitch stream right now.
Well, that is the latest with Loren.
Did y'all know he had siblings?
Yes.
Who, Charlamagne?
Yeah, I've never heard you talk about them.
Yeah.
You youngest or oldest?
Second child.
He always talks about it. He talks about his siblings.
Middle child.
Two younger brothers and a younger sister.
Remember when he said, he told us about his sisters. Remember he said his dad had came in and he caught him with his sisters talking about, oh yeah, Michael Bivins is cute.
Oh yeah.
And then he was
that was not just my sister. It was my sister and my cousin.
That was your sisters.
Okay.
All right,
my older
we gotta
sister
go,
and my
guys.
girl.
We'll release some clowns.
The mix is up next.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, we got to salute to Ja Rule for joining us this morning.
Hey. Salute to the legendary Ja Rule. Say what you want about Ja Rule. Ja Rule is an icon, and his music is aging very well.
Definitely.
Yes.
Very well.
And he is too, because Ja Rule still look good, man.
Because he work out and he take care of himself.
Salute to Rule.
But you know the illest thing about Rule and Herb, and I always say this, like even when everybody thought things were so bad for them, they did so many great investments and did right with their money that their lifestyles never changed. Ever. Like even when Ja was in prison, his family was still good. Absolutely.
Yeah, everybody was there.
Absolutely.
It was good.
Yeah, that's good.
And Irv, before he passed, he recently sold half his masters or something like that for hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah,
so
like $300 million. I think.
They were
his
always
family,
good.
Straight.
Yeah. All right. When we come back, we got the positive notice. The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, don't forget this weekend, Jess is going to be out in Orlando.
I will be in Orlando, and I will also be at Funny Bone Comedy Club. We
With
got
the
two
Jerry
shows. No, I'm actually not.
Okay.
Gonna be up there like this. I'm getting my hair done. As soon as I touch down in Orlando, one of Orlando's own is going to slay me. So I'll be in here looking right Monday. Anyway, though, y'all, I got 2 shows tomorrow night at the Funny Bone, 2 shows on Saturday night. Get your tickets at JessHilariousOfficial.com or FunnyBone.com. Can't wait to see y'all, Orlando.
All right. Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do have a positive note, but I want to tell folks, first of all, make sure go get your tickets for the 3rd annual Black Effect Podcast Festival happening April 26th in Atlanta, Georgia at Pullman Yards, okay? Sarah J. Roberts will be on that podcast stage, Tank and Jay Valentine doing the R&B Money Podcast live, and a host of others. So go to blackeffect.com/podcast festival to get your tickets. But the positive note is simply this. Do things for people not because of who they are or what they do in return, but because of who you are. Have a great day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?